Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. And the chair recognizes the gentleman from Oregon, Mr. Schroeder, for the purpose of introducing our next witness.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and Ranking Member Graves, for letting me introduce President of the National Utility Contractors Association and one of my constituents, Mr. Lyle Schellenberg. Mr. Schellenberg is recently elected 43rd President of the National Utility Contractors Association, which represents the interests of contractors engaged in the construction of utility lines, excavation, site work, and trenchless technology. It's also the oldest and largest trade association working solely for the utility construction industry. He's also president of Armadillo Underground, as we know, which is based in Salem, Oregon. Armadillo Underground is a small family-owned business he founded in 1972. His hair is a lot lighter than mine. I can see that. I age more gracefully. Offers a wide variety of services, but specializes in trenchless technology. He is well known in my state as a leader in the utility contractor area. Was appointed in 2001 by Governor John Kitzhaber as the contracting delegate to the Board of Directors for the Oregon Utility Notification Center. His commitment to educating and promoting the benefits of trenchless technology on a national level won him the prestigious National Utility Contractors Association Ditch Digger of the Year Award for his contributions to the industry on the national level. Lyle lives in Salem with his wife Linda and 2 children, John and Angela. I really look forward to his testimony and thank him for making the long trek from the West Coast. I yield back.
Thank you, Congressman Schrader. I appreciate it. Madam Chair, Ranking Member Graves, and honorable members of the committee, we have 15 employees in Armadillo. We're down because of the economy, but we work on sewer, water, and other infrastructure projects throughout the state. And I appreciate the opportunity to participate in this hearing on behalf of the National Utility Contractors Association. NUCA is a family of construction companies, manufacturers, suppliers from across the nation that build, repair, and maintain underground water, wastewater, gas, electric, and telecommunication systems. NUCA opposes the Clean Water Restoration Act as currently written. Our fundamental concern is the potential for increased permitting requirements for wet areas with little or no impact on the nation's waters, higher compliance costs, and in all likelihood, significant increases in litigation. At the same time, desperately needed water and wastewater infrastructure projects could be delayed, even if they have no link to rivers, streams, or other navigable water bodies. Under current law, if a potential job site is considered a wetland under federal jurisdiction, a contractor must obtain not only the federal wetlands permit known as the Section 404 permit, but also protection in the form of contract clauses and insurance against any potential environmental problems. For example, we have a project in Oregon dealing with a road extension for the Port of Portland. The permit application was submitted well in advance of the project, but by the time it works its way through the bureaucracy and is finally approved, we anticipate it will be too late for the construction season to actually begin the work in this area. Therefore, the work will be postponed till next year. And that's typical of some of the delays that are caused by the existing rules. And it's no secret in the Northwest, it has its share of wet weather. In fact, it's notoriously wet. Think of the ramifications of new and time-consuming permit requirements on culverts, ditches, and other areas that might have standing water. And we're just not talking about the low areas of the project. Under the broad definition of all waters, it's very possible that a 404 permit could be required for the entire project, giving the Corps and the EPA additional jurisdiction over all wet areas and activities affecting them, potentially including construction job sites themselves, will undoubtedly increase the time and the cost required to complete every construction project requiring a Section 404 permit. Many of the regulated community have indicated that the passage of the current version of the CWRA would be the largest expansion of the Clean Water Act since its enactment in 1972. The ramifications of this bill are huge. As written, boundaries of the CWA jurisdiction would be removed. Enactment could in an instant subject ditches, water, sewer pipes, streets, gutters, man-made ponds, storm basin waters, and even puddles of rainwater to federal permitting requirements. for the first time in the 37-year history of the CWA, activities that have no impact on legitimate American waters would be subject to full federal regulation. This concept would introduce an overly broad definition of waters of the United States. It would eliminate the traditional basis for federal jurisdiction under the CWA by deleting the term navigable from the statute and expand federal jurisdiction. In the end, the only winners will be the countless attorneys who will question the interpretation of the law through endless litigation, as all stakeholders would make their case in court. A do-no-harm approach to water regulation would be sound public policy. Our industry has demonstrated track record of creating jobs, increasing national output, and generating significant economic activity. Recognizing the potential for recovery in the underground environmental infrastructure industry, Congress should be looking at expanded market opportunities, not opportunities to stifle them. Any public works contractor will tell you that the current process in obtaining a federal Section 404 permit is no cakewalk. At the very least, the legislation will require considerable increases in resources needed to comply with the federal permitting process just to keep up with the increase in demand. Guidance is needed as to what areas and activities are covered, but the legislation as written seems only to complicate the issue. I thank you for the opportunity to appear before the committee today, and I look forward to answering any questions that you may